Happy Wednesday, 73 degrees. And yes, I am running late. Why? Because I was cleaning and my back is in pain. Well, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I took a warm shower. And so I'm feeling a little bit better. Not only did I clean, I also did my bike still. And anyhow, that got done. So, I recorded earlier. I'm not sure. Madam, can you please move from the middle of the road? This lady was standing in the middle of the road here. Anyhow, I keep forgetting to pass by that back apartment to see what apartment number it is, because I think those are the ones that I was talking about earlier. Anyhow, so I stumbled upon videos. I do follow this person, and actually there's two creators that I follow that they're complaining about people that share their personal stories online. I was gonna go, hurry up. Yeah, he was complaining about people that share their personal stories online and how some things are meant not to be shared online. And I agree. Don't get me wrong, I agree with that. Like, some of these women that share their stories that are just so ridiculous, saying that, oh, my husband called me fat and he says I need to work, and he says, why would I want to be with someone like you? You're fat. I can be with somebody else. Look at me. I can get somebody better. But they're actually like looking for either validation or they want sympathy. I agree because I am a strong believer that if you think you're fat, then do something about it. You know? Don't just sit there and whine and keep eating your sorrows, you know? If you're unemployed and you need to work, and you know you need to work, then get a job. If you feel you're uneducated, then get an education. You know, you all know where I'm going with this already, so. And that's why I agreed, you know, with that part. And maybe that's all they meant by it, by sharing those type of things. But at the same time, I'm like, well, should we really complain? Because these creators are asked by their viewers to react to these other, what you call them, TikToks, right? And then they complain about it. And I'm like, well, you're the one that took the choice of watching this TikTok that your viewers recommended, and then you're complaining about it. It doesn't make sense to me. Then if those type of videos bother you, then why are you reviewing them? Why are you talking about them? You're just giving that person more views. You're actually giving them what they want. You know, so why are we complaining about it? But, you know, at the same time, I feel like there's creators or YouTubers that'll watch videos about what I eat in a day. You know, they'll watch somebody else talk about what I eat in a day. Why do you care what they eat in a day? If I made a video about what I eat in a day, what would you care about what I eat in a day? Like, I understand if I was a person that, whoops, I flipped you all, sorry. If I was a person that lost, I don't know, 30 pounds, which I did, but I don't feel like I'm qualified to start making videos and be like, let me show you what I eat in a day so that you can lose 40 pounds. Because I don't really have a strategy, you know? I'm just like you, searching through the internet, trying to see how I can lose weight and how to maintain it off, you know, and doing my bike and, you know, doing the weights, you know, just to tone up. That's it. You know, that's me. So I don't feel qualified to say like, oh, watch me exercise, watch how many reps I do, see how I got this fabulous butt. You all saw that picture, I hope. You know? And by the way, that's exaggerating. And I mean, being sarcastic. But then there's other videos that are like, get ready with me while I tell you a story. And they're talking about how they went on a bad date. Okay, why? What do you care that they went on a bad date while they put their makeup on? I mean, are we really that desperate? Are we really that bored? Wouldn't you rather hear people with real life stories instead? Or other people sharing their opinions? And by opinions, I mean like what's going on in the world, you know, whether it be political or environmental, you know, other than just, oh, here, let me talk about this other creator who's grifting, or let me talk about this creator that I feel is ridiculous. Who cares? You know, they have their viewers, the viewers are content with them. And even though they're getting money out of it and they're lying out of their buttholes about it, you know, who cares? You know, sooner or later, their audience, their viewers will wake up and realize this is BS. I'm moving on. You know, but the more you talk about them, the more they're going to watch them anyway, you know, and they're probably going to get more viewers because they're going to want to know, well, who's this person that they're talking about, you know, like, I'm interested now. I want to know what they're saying. What are they talking about? Why do they have so many viewers? How are they making so much money? You know? I just feel like the more attention you give people like that, the more they're getting. So why do it? Why give them this attention? You know, if you're going to do reaction videos, then do it just to react, but not really give an opinion about it, like a strong opinion, like, oh, well, they shouldn't have done this and they shouldn't have done that. And by the way, while I'm saying this, I need to make sure that this is known. I'm not talking about you, handsome. You know who you are. You do reaction videos. I would never come at you or your videos. You're gorgeous to me. I could care less what you talk about. I'm going to watch you, and I'm not going to give my opinion about you, any bad opinions about you. So just so you know that, okay? So now that we got that out of the way, yeah, so why feed into this negativity? You know, because I've noticed something about some creators. They're so back and forth. You know, one day, like, say they come live every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yesterday they could have been like, oh yeah, you know, this creator, I don't want to be naming names because then y'all are going to be like, oh, well, I agree or disagree, whatever. I'm not even going to get into that. I don't want to get into that. But they start talking about, oh, yeah, this creator, I'm with them. I back them up. Yeah, I agree with them. And then on Thursday, they'll be like, I don't know. What do you all think? What do y'all think as my audience? Should we back this person up? Because now I'm kind of like iffy about them. And, you know, I feel like they're just lying. And I feel like they're making all this money. Well, at the same time, this creator is also making money. And, you know, hey, do you? I don't know if people still say that, but do you? Like, it doesn't matter to me if you're making money. But why are you insulting somebody else that's making money out of what you think is a lie or what you think is a bunch of BS and you don't even know yourself? Yeah, I'm just a strong believer, like, state it is your opinion. At least say that. In my opinion, this person is just trying to make money off of this. They're trying to milk it for all it's worth. They're going to keep talking about it. They're beating a dead horse just so they can keep making a profit. That's one thing, but to ask your viewers what they think, and then your viewers are starting to like argue in the chat with each other because you're going to have half of the room say they're with that person and the other half say they're not, because they're actually just trying to like please you. And I'm talking about the half that says that they're not. They're trying to please you. Oh, well, if he's iffy or she's iffy, then I'm going to be iffy too, and I'm not going to be for that other creator. I feel like make your decision and stick with it. And I shouldn't even say I feel like, because there's a thing about that too, apparently. If anybody says I feel like, instantly they're put in this stigma where, oh, there must be a liberal, because that's how liberals talk. I'm not a liberal. I'm not Republican either. Just so everyone knows. Yes, I did vote for Trump because I didn't want Kamala. That's it. Kamala Dragon, Kamala, whatever, however you say her name. Yeah, that's it. And I feel I made a right choice. Do I agree with everything that Trump does? No. But I'm more interested in what he has done, not what he's saying, not what he's thinking. You know, he's the type of person that says what's on his mind. I'm like that. So, of course, I'm going to gravitate to people that are like that also. I don't hold back. I used to. It would be really hard to get any words out of me before. But now I'm fed up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there. And of course, you know, I get bashed for it sometimes. And sometimes there's people that actually agree, you know, but I just can't keep it inside anymore. You know, I need to let it out. I need to let the truth out. I will always be transparent with everyone, you know, especially in person. I can't lie in person. I cannot kiss ass. I'm so sorry, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. I feel like I would be living a lie. And let me tell you, so many people hate me for that because I don't kiss their ass. They're so used to everybody kissing their ass, and then they meet me and they're like, what? You mean this short little Latina female here? She can't kiss my ass. Why? Why not? Why can't she kiss my ass? What's with her? I just can't. With me, it's either or. Either I like you or I don't. I don't think about it. I really don't think about it. I meet you for the first time. I like you or I don't. And some people are always resort to, well, if you don't like her, it's because you're jealous. Oh my God. I hate that word, jealous. I hate it. And not because I am. I just hate that. Why is that always the answer to everything? You're just jealous. No, I'm not. Jealous, to me, my definition of being jealous, of jealousy, is wanting something that you have that I want. The people that I don't like, it's because I don't want to be like them. Hence the picture that I posted on my community post. I put a picture of my little tiny butt. And then I put a picture of my butt stuffed with this shawl that I have to make it look huge, right? And I said, I would prefer the natural look over this. Why did I do that? Not because I'm jealous of somebody that has a big butt like that, but because I think it's ridiculous. I wouldn't want to look like the one on the right. For nothing. I think it's ridiculous. It's hilarious. It's unnatural. Why would you want to look like that? And what makes you think in your stupid head that you look good? I don't get it. But, to each their own. But that's just my opinion. So anyhow, that's my rant for tonight. Thank you for listening. It's almost Christmas, so I'm working on my cheer. I know I gotta be in the spirit of Christmas. It's just raining today. I hate it. And I guess I'm still in my Grinchy mood. So thank you for listening. Love you all. Bye.